All right. This is this is just a late night edition because I want to, like I said, hold my biggest. I say that to get something tough off my chest real quick, right? I just just finished maybe 30 minutes ago with shout out to Salty Balls and McKeesmo TV. Okay, about talking about the space and Maggie. Keeps coming up. Okay, Maggie and the red pill and all the pills, all the pill philosophies, right? Especially, but one in particular is the black pill because they associate the black pill in this space with incels and incel-like behavior, right? Um, which I disagree with because it was bastardized, right? And most people don't do their due diligence, okay? Because when it first came up and it was spreading around, because most of the time, man, I don't give a fuck about this shit, right? Okay, with white boys and their philosophies and what they say about what the pills mean, I really don't give two shits about, right? But Dr. Johnson said we talked about. He said you need to counter that that narrative that they hold about the black pill with something different because they hold they go by the dating apps and all the other kind of bullshit about how come how come they can't get women, or it would really come down to the women that they like. I wish I could find the video where they actually interviewed the MGTOWs actually interviewed one of the major players in the incel, the black pill community, right? But the question was, what is actually the black pill, right? And my philosophy is that the black pill is looking at the world utilitarian or nihilist without morals, okay? Devoid of morals, okay? Nietzsche said the same thing. If you go back to Nietzsche, Nietzsche was the nihilist, okay? Eat, drink, and be merry. I'm going to do it. There's no morals. Life doesn't matter. There is no meaning. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to sleep with prostitutes, whatever makes me happy. I'm gonna drink, smoke, drink, and have a jolly good time because I'm gonna die anyway, and the shit doesn't matter. Might as well have a good time, right? Those are the nihilists, right? The other side is the Ubermonks, okay, the Ubermonks, which is the utilitarian, right? I'm going to overcome all these obstacles, and I'm going to look at the world by any means necessary and forge the blue pill world that I want. That's the Ubermonk, okay, the Superman, right? The overbearing. That is the Joker versus Batman, okay? The nihilist, that shit doesn't matter, everything's a joke, and there is no rules, regulation. Batman is trying to take a unregulated world, okay, and impose some kind of justice and order into it, right? That's utilitarian. But um, I was, the thing came up about what came first, right? And most people, including people in the red pill community, don't look for shit, right? Google's your friend, okay? If I can find it, everybody can find it because I wasn't on the original post, and I found the original mention of the black pill just by googling it, right? The original mention of it, right? And see if I can find it. We go ahead and open it up because I know it's in my folder, and I've shown this before. And I sent this to, shout out to Salty Balls, Machismo TV. Actually emailed him this this snippet, okay, of the screenshot of the original blog where this came from. It comes from Dow Rock, uh, and the date is November 2011, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you. Let's see if I can go full screen. Okay. I probably will put this in my. I might put all these things, the charts and shit like that, in my community tab, so you guys have access to them, right? Okay. Um, this is Paragon, right? November 24th, 2011. Okay, 3:21 p.m. Right? Okay. This is an actual date. Okay, well before quote unquote incels took over the notion of black pill, which he this is where he got it from. Okay, this is actually where he got it from, and they bastardized the they actually bastardized the doggone philosophy of the black pill. Okay, which he probably goes by the same way I go by. It's Nietzschean, right? Nietzschean is considered black pill, right? If your alternative is the MRA movement has zero applications for relationships with women. Okay, and this is something I espouse to, right? Okay, we need to talk about taking the black pill. See that? Taking the black pill. Okay. We need to talk about taking the black pill, meaning to reconcile that there are no personal solutions to systemic problems. The environment dictates behavior. There are no personal solutions to systemic problems, which can only resolve over evolutionary time. In other words, uh, an environment dictates what people do, and people have to evolve. Just like um, I use the rule of 7 generations for a cultural change, right? Which is about 100, years. Okay, somewhere in between that, depending on how you count the generations, right? Takes for cultural change takes about 150 years. Feminism, as we know it, started back in with Caroline Norton, 1840, right? Okay, feminism really did not take hold until the 1960s, about 120 years later. Feminism, as we know it, started in 1839 with Caroline Norton and the custody of infants. Okay, took 140 years for feminism to fully evolve into what we see now. Okay, and it's still evolving, right? So personal solutions to systemic problems, which can only resolve over evolutionary time. Any solution, any solution will very much entail steep trade-offs. Okay, it's one thing I agree with Thomas Sowell. Okay, there are not all solutions. There's no solution. He said there's no solution, only trade-offs. Right? Every solution, if in science, there's a trade-off. Some are small, some are large. Okay, are what you trading off, and what you get back as a return on interest worthwhile, right? Okay, so any solution will very much entail steep trade-offs, in that males can't have their cake and eat it too. A prosperous a population of deferred ecological pressures like we currently enjoy. In other words, the environment, this artificial environment that we embody, that we sit in. Okay, okay, where food, clothing, heat, shelter, all that stuff is easily available. Okay, I don't care what people say. They can't buy a fucking house. Okay, food, clothing, and shelter. Nobody starves in the United States. Okay, nobody starves in the United States. Zero people starve in the United States. Okay, food, clothing, shelter is provided, especially for the female. Okay, a prosperous population of deferred ecological pressures like we currently enjoy, without an expectation this prosperity will increase the mating latitude of females. Okay, in other words, the more prosperous a society is, guess what? The mating latitude of females increases. Okay, this prosperity will increase the mating latitude of females. In other words, they have more options, right? Dramatically perturbing the breeding population to the point of near evolutionary instability. Okay, you see that already, right? Okay. Okay, one will always follow the other, as male consensus on the matters is practically impossible in terms of intersectional competition, as opposed to the broad accord females enjoy through an abundant wealth of sexual opportunities, courtesy of their reproductively limiting function. In other words, they had babies, okay, and they have options, and they have an abundance of sexual opportunities. Okay, that means guess what happens when in an environment like this, coupling for life will go down, marriage will go down, and guess what also will go down? Okay, children. Okay, is children. Yeah, we really doing this, man. This is not. If you guys don't want to be here, this is not really for you. This is just for my reference, so I can get it off my chest while we are here. Okay. Now you say BGS. That's bullshit, and what he just says has no practical reality in on the planet, right? Okay, that's what you're gonna say, right? Okay. This is something from Bloomberg, and this is something the work. I know they had to peek over our shoulders. Um, that me and Names were doing with the environment and the mouse utopia. Okay. Okay. And this is just fertility rates. Okay. This is marriage rate. You can look at marriage rates. You can look at divorce rates. You can look at all that shit. At all as you prosper. Okay. As you prosper, what happens to the fertility? What happens to the rates? Right. Okay. This is from 1991. This is 1991. 91. This is 2021. Right. Okay. And these are the places where the GDP, the average GDP is less than $1,000, right? Okay. The fertility rate is 7. Okay. In the developing world, the fertility rate was 7, and where the GDP was right around $1,000, right? Look when you get look at your per capita. Okay, at 20. Okay, it goes from 7. Okay, goes from 7 all the way down to what 2. Okay. As the money goes up, the majority you can see it's all bunched around right around below 2. Okay, and as it goes up, guess what happens? As the money increases, look what happens to the fertility rate. Okay, and these are a bunch of different countries, right? What happened to the fertility rate? What are all bunched up at? Your per capita GDP. Okay, as it goes up, what did he say? Uh, Evolutionary instability, right? Unstable. Okay, that's what you're looking at. So you got feminism in China, you got feminism in Korea, which is 4B movement. You already have it in Japan, where they're suffering. You got it in Western Europe. You got it in the United States. Hell, you got it in Latin America. Okay, the only place where the fertility rate is still exists is where people still earn, you know, right around $2 or $3 a day. Where their per capita income per year is $1,000, right around there, right? You look at all the poor countries, right? This is their per capita, right? And then as you go up the scale, guess what happens? It starts to plunge. When you get over $20,000 a year, where the West is, okay, the average GDP, they're all bunched right here. Okay, you might have something we mix in, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, Africa. Uh, which everybody knows now, because this is from Bloomberg. Okay, that's where I got the screenshots. I got them from Bloomberg. It's not me. Okay, it's not shit I'm making up. It's not something. In fact, the guy was interviewed. 3 a.m. edition, man, because I just need to get off my chest and actually put it in for posterity, because you know. And this goes out. Shout out to Tito. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay, I get tired. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Come onto my channel and talk about shit. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Anyhow, I got one. I got one more. I got a couple more, really. Okay, I got one more. Let's look at this one. Okay, this is Latin America, right? And this applies to Latin America, right? Okay, because we talk about this, right? And Latin America is late in the game as far as fertility, as far as GDP and infrastructure, right? Okay, and this is just a snapshot, right? Okay, Dominican Republic, right? 1950. I think that their fertility rate is above 8. Guatemala, Paraguay, all these places, um, minus I said minus the West, okay, are Uruguay is basically Western. Argentina is a semi-Western, right? So all these poor countries are above 5, okay, whereas America at the time was 3 in the 1950s, and that's with the baby boom, okay. Look what happens over time as they develop. Look at this shit, man. Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic fell off a cliff, right? Guatemala, same thing, right? Okay. Cuba, Cuba's going through their little thing. Look at Chile. Chile's probably one of the more developed countries in Latin America. Look at them, okay? After 1970. Look at that, man. They're down, they're down right where everybody else is, right? Right at 1.2, 1.3, right? Okay. As they prosper. Okay, this is only up to the year 2000. It's even worse now. As they prosper over time, guess what happens? Fertility rates fall. As they develop, okay, in GDP, fertility rates fall. So as the environment changes, as Paragon says, right, it's systemic. There are no individual solutions. You can't man the fuck up without changing the environment, right? Unless you change the environment, this is what's going to happen, right? Next slide. Okay. This is something. This particular chart out of Bloomberg, right? This is what the Malthusians were wrong about. Okay. It's where the Mouse Utopia comes in. This is something they never banked on. They're just now coming to grips with. In fact, the guy that did the article says they have no clue about how to stop it. In other words, everything they've tried to increase the birth rates didn't work. Okay. Okay. This is a chart. I don't know. I can't remember what the time scale is. Right. I think he said this is 2085, okay? And this is revised, okay? In 2085, they said now people say 2060, depends on how you feel. That the world would peak out as far as people are concerned, right? And what you get is a parabola, right? So as fast as it went up, it's going to go back down. So basically, in 100, 150 years, we're going to be back right where we started before the Industrial Revolution, according to them. Okay, in the worst case scenario, we're actually going to be worse off. This eclipse, this started in the 20th century, right? This big jump right here, it started in the 20th century. Okay, this is the end of the 21st century. In 200 years, you're going to go from half a billion people or your first billion people to 10 billion people, and then you're going to fall off a cliff if this holds. But the thing is, this has to be revised because the population is falling faster than they actually thought. But this is the last estimate, right? This wasn't supposed to happen to what the 2100 or so. But it's going to peak at so-called 10. We're at 8.5 now, right? 8.5 billion people. Another billion and a half people. We're going to peak out at 10 billion people. That probably will happen not in 2085, probably in what? 2040. 2045. And then according to them, we're going to have a parabolic collapse back down to where you were because of the environment, because it's unstable. As he says, this environment that we're currently in, as far as demographically and evolutionary, is unstable. Okay. So this is nature taking care of or correcting this error. This is a bump. Okay. Most people are not going to tell you that. This is only a bump. So what we experience as far as population increase is a bump. The thing is, how do you ride this down? In fact, I mean, you have a congressman talking about this shit now, right? Where do you get people from to keep your system going? Because your system is built on this. What happens when you have to build a system on this? Okay. Oh, we're panicking too, man. We got Swiker says we got 5 years to figure this shit out. Why do you think you got 8 to 10 million people just imported over the past 3 years by Biden? Think that's a coincidence? Okay, let me see. Next one. Let's see, we got one. Okay. Uh, let's see about this one. Clip this one. Oh, these are the countries below replacement fertility. Okay. This is not a good one because it's hard to see. Okay. These are the countries above replacement. I'll show it to you anyway. I'll put these things in my community tab so you guys get a better look at them. All right. In other words, if you're going to make a claim, you got to bring receipts, right? Okay. This is countries with fewer and fewer countries have high birth rates, right? Okay, Niger has the highest, which is one of the poorest countries, has the highest fertility rate in the world at 6.8, right? It was still below the 7 or 8 that we started, right? And see, all the countries that have high fertility rates are on the continent, okay? All of them. Nigeria is in the middle, right? On the continent, right? Fewer countries are above replacement. Most of your countries, including China, are down here. Okay. The lowest is Hong Kong and South Korea at zero point 0.7. I didn't know Hong Kong was zero point 0.7, but Hong Kong's a city and not a country. Look at Italy 1.3, China 1.2. India is barely holding on, even though they're below replacement at 2.0. Most of your countries are below replacement. Look at this, okay? Look at that. That's the environment. That's what he's saying about the black pill, right? About fertility rates and all the kind of stuff that people have to worry about. Okay, that's your black pill. Okay, let's bring back up what he said. Okay, as to bring it home. Okay, people don't understand this shit, and this is just about mating. Okay, it's about mating and how women act. Okay, that's the real black pill. This shit about, oh, I ain't gonna get no pussy. I can't because the way I look, I can't get the women that I like, and I will never be loved or have sex or shit like that. It's even affecting the males, right? If your alternative is the Men's Rights Amendment, the MRA movement has zero application for relationships with women. In other words, no matter what you do, okay, your movement is not going to convince women to be any different. Right? What controls them is environment. We need to talk about taking the black pill, meaning to reconcile that there are no personal solutions to systemic problems, which can only resolve over time. Environment and culture will resolve behavior. Okay, same thing with the fucking dating apps and the smartphones. Okay, the environment cause a change in behavior, especially with the females. Okay, and a solution to it has to evolve over time. It's not going to happen in 5 years, 10 years. It's going to happen in like 15, 20, 30. Okay. So now everybody's bumping around trying to figure this out because your environment is changing way too fast. Okay. That is the black pill. Okay. All this bullshit about determination and all this other kind of crap. Um, all this kind of crap that they talking about, how I look and I can't get donations and I can't get no pussy and blah blah blah. So I'm gonna go out and shoot people. All that bullshit is not the black pill. Those are failed blue pillars. Okay, looking for an ideology, but that is not the philosophy of the black pill. What Paragon says is what it is. Okay, he's the one that said it. They took his stuff and they put in fatalism. Oh, I ain't gonna get no pussy. I can't be loved. Nobody likes me because of the way I look. And if you're not a Chad, you're not gonna get a girl. Blah 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 blah. Right? And they injected this philosophy into the masses, and the false philosophy into the masses, and this is what you got, right? Which the environment is going to do. Most of the cats that are MGTOW are not dating. It goes back to the mouse utopia. It's called hopelessness. They don't see a place for themselves in this society, and plus they can eat and be comfortable and play video games and look at online porn and cam girls for cheap. $10 you could get online with a cam girl, have her take her off, have herself jack off to you, and tell you that she loves you online for $10. They can whack off, get something to eat, and go to sleep. Okay, that's the environment that you live in. Okay, if you want to, if you now that is nihilism. Okay, I don't give a shit. I'm not out here talking about bitches stuff like that. Guess what? It's easier for me stay in my basement, earn my $10,000, $15,000 a year, work part time, and stay in my parents' basement or wherever I'm gonna stay and lay flat and play my video games, be online, talk to my friends, get some online porn. If I need some kind of false relationship, I'll I'll FaceTime some chick, pay her $10 so she can tell me that she loves me, and I get satisfied and go to sleep. That's nihilism, okay? What these other dudes are complaining about is not nihilism, right? Hey, I want love. I want somebody to care about me. And I'm gonna whine until I get it because these bitches are playing. I'm just a lost soul. I'm gonna die unhappy. Nihilists don't care about that shit, man. Or find a way to be happy. What thing is it is cyber paradise. Okay. I can't stand new people who think that one pill is cooler than the other. I'm black pill, so I'm the coolest. Ha ha ha. It basically yeah, it's a philosophy just like anything else, man. Black pill is not to be black pill is not an easy place to be, especially when you go outside a relationship. We go outside of relationships, right? It's like, okay, if they're gonna if you're gonna send a million people to their deaths to fight a war for some kind of objective, that's black pill, okay? Killing 1.5 million people is worth it for my objective, or 2 million people, or three, or four. Starving kids and working kids to death someplace in in Congo to get tantalite out of Congo, um, for cell phones, and so a million kids will never see their 21st birthday. Is it worth it? Some people it is. That's black pill shit. There's no morals. There's no feeling. There is none of that. We deal with that shit all the day, all the time, right? But the thing is, our government masks that shit so we don't have to face it. Because will we do it if we had a chance? We become that black pill. Okay, that kind of nihilist or that kind of utilitarian. That's black pill shit. The end black the basically the nihilist says, uh, eat, drink, and be merry because nothing matters. Utilitarian says the end justifies the means. Okay, two opposites. Anyhow, so we've done this about 30 minutes. I just wanted to put that out there and show the charts that exactly what he talked about systemic problem or systemic environments, right? You can see that shit reflected in the charts. That's black pill. That's what he meant. So all this individual chest bumping and chest thumping, thinking that unless you change the freaking system to make it fairer to men, not all this other shit doesn't mean anything. You're not going to convince women of shit, right? I told that to Obsidian way back in the day. Okay? Us online talking shit, holding up the mirror to these women is not going to change it. One goddamn thing, right? The only thing will change them is the environment that you exist in. If women can't afford a home or an apartment, and the government can't help her out, she need a man. She will pick a man, and she will settle with that man because without that man, she's gonna have a hard life. Systemic, easy. You have to change it. If you want to change the women, change the system. We Chemistry, we know who you are. I would say you're probably more utilitarian because I know who you are. You probably you spent your whole life doing that chemistry. I'm not gonna say who you are, but I said you spent your whole life doing that shit. You're probably closer to black pill utilitarian than nihilist. I didn't expect anybody to show up to it, man, because I'm just I just finished the stream, man. I need to get it off, get it off my chest and present my evidence, because I'm getting sick of this shit, man. This ideological. I'm gonna do this for the brothers and that for the brothers and all that kind. Man, you gotta fucking change the system. You don't change the system, the rest of the shit probably doesn't matter. Okay. And the brothers have to learn how to exist within the framework of the system that you exist in, and that's my job, man. That's what I want. Okay. Don't like it here? Go find your place in the system that works for you. Whether it's a white girl, whether it's a Latina, whether it's a black woman, if she works for you, whether you get on a fucking plane and go and to a third world where we can be the top 5% of men and work from that angle. Okay, it is a systemic thing. Has nothing to do with your personality. Has something to do with it, but it's not as much as you think. The bitches are responding to the environment. There was a Chinese guy that talked about the marriage laws being changed in China because all these independent women, because the environment is changing there. They're complaining about the exact same shit that we deal with. Why? Because when you adopt the environment of the Western civilization, right, the six planks, as quickly put it, the ideologies has to follow, has to evolve out of the environment. Okay, your philosophy involves out of your environment, not the other way around. At American Expat is see, we got a Peace League watching that show. Okay, I have no idea what that is. The problem is the system is changing, but not in our favor. Okay, the thing is, your governments want a certain thing, right? That they need people, they need families to keep the population stable enough, and slowly but surely reduce the population. Now, that's an ebb it over time without the whole mess collapsing, right? So they need men to get involved themselves in families and raise children. If they want to do that, they're gonna have to make it more fair. Okay, Kenya did that. Kenya just saw the shit happening. That's why come Kenya eliminate the whole 50-50 divorce thing, right? So basically, bitch, if you want to divorce your man, you come in, you leave what you came with. Okay, they just wipe the whole thing clean, right? The legal system, legal environment changed for them, right? They had to do it, otherwise they could get the same shit that we get. Because women in Kenya start doing the exact same shit that the women in the 70s did, as far as divorce and trying to take men's uh, resources, right? Try to take 50%. They stopped that shit. Because guess what? Because the marriage rate started to crash, so they stepped in. Most men are Disney programmed. Also, I said we take it back to the Wild West when women had to beg men for marriage. Yeah, that's true. Well, we could. I mean, if you want to go back to that, where you're then in the Wild West, I think your average age of survivability was like 35. Okay, so you're gonna have a very short life. Anyhow, man, unless you guys got questions, I would invite you up, but it's late. So I will be in Nairobi, Kenya in a few months. I wonder what the effects of the end of the 50-50 marriage will have. I don't know, man. Keep us abreast of it. Yeah, I'm up late, man. I just had to get some shit off my chest. And I was talking to a young man at a cigar lounge last night. I could see the blue pill in him start to fade. The blue pill has to change because it's not working. It's like in the Matrix. It's got to change. We couldn't do that. Simps be simping. Simps be simping until they can't simp no more. Ting dang, I liked your content. Appreciate you. That's fine, but you can email me and see what you got because as far as helping me, man, uh, a lot of people that help me and are able can tell you wind up stabbing me in the back. So I am gun shy about help. Okay, nothing against you because the shit that keeps coming up about why are women in this space, right? And Art of Itmore did that experiment years ago, man, about getting women out of the male spaces, right? We actually did the whole cleanse, right? Cleanse all the women, cleanse all the wrenches, everything, right? Because that shit lasted about 6 months, and the guys are begging for women to come back. Oh yeah, the simple economy. Well, because that's part of the Mount Utopia, but men have given up, and it's a problem because if they stop simping, they stop getting rewarded. You have to get a reward for simping. When that doesn't happen, then men stop. And I'm just gonna do me. And men earn. I think a unmarried man earns maybe about what? Not a black man. Actually, single black men actually earn more. But unmarried other non-black male, non-ADOS male earns about what 40-50% less than a married one. Why? Because they don't have a family to support. That's bad for your economy. Getting on the list for what? I don't know what the list is. So now I'm buying the only thing I don't like is infrastructure. It's bad when the floods show up. Okay, I have no idea what that is. Dr. Marifa, I practice law there, and there is a whole dynamic for sure about this. Yeah, the thing is that women push for more rights because the environment, if the infrastructure change got more advanced, they're gonna push for more rights, more independence. Rightfully so. Okay, is what it is. Okay, they demand a equity, quote unquote, for marriage. Now we have to see what happens when they can't get it. Will they marry or will they not marry? Will they choose to live alone? Nobody knows. We have to see. But anyhow, y'all, any last questions before I bounce? Because this was just me to get some shit off my chest. And now I actually want to show that. I actually showed the chart. I will probably, I think after I get off of this, I will probably take the screenshots and put it in my community tab for you guys to peruse at your leisure. Okay, since people didn't get it. And that will be proof of concept of what I'm proposing. I've known this shit for a long time. I know what the black pill is a long time. This is how I preach the black pill. Okay, others in outside of um, the mating space, as we call it, says the exact same thing. In fact, in fact, a lot of your geopolitical guys that call themselves black pillars. Okay, yeah, a lot of your realists, you know, geopolitical philosophy realists are calling themselves black pillars. They call this black pill philosophy or black pill politics. Okay, about the on the ground reality of action reaction. What is the actual thing that's going on? Not about the speeches and ideologies and the jingoism. No, what are the actual results? Okay, those are the realists. Those are the black pillars. Okay. So the red pill, the blue, red, and black pill philosophies are going out as it was meant to, going outside the realm of mating. Okay. In fact, I may do it because I was gonna do it like 3 weeks ago about esoteric blue, red, and black pills and what they actually are according to looking at the Kabbalah and the Tree of Life. But that's a code. That is Satanism. Okay. That's voodoo. The occult means witches and all. Dumb motherfuckers. You dumb motherfuckers. The occult is just hidden knowledge. But Jung was an occultist. That means he was a devil worshiper. Oh gosh. Anyhow, Mr. BGS helped me understand what I thought was a strange, almost inhuman tendency to adopt ends justify the means and ideals. Yeah, yeah. Well, your morals have to be socialized into you, and it's different depending on where you come from. Okay. And I remembered how he said being black pilled young means you're probably messed up. Yeah, if you black pill young, yeah, you have issues you got to deal with, man, because your outlook on the world is it's not, I won't say bleak, but it's pretty flat, and and you got to learn how to get some kind of hope back into your life. Okay, being black, most kids that are black pilled, um, like that, um, gosh, man, they on drugs. They like the women that are black pilled normally become prostitutes or some shit, some weird shit like that. They're really on some alternative lifestyle shit. Most people, kids are black, but they actually become nihilists. Okay, very few actually become what they call utilitarians. Yeah, 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 man. And I feel for people like that. Be careful you don't end up on the Fed's watch list. That's the other. Oh, man, I was on the Fed's watch list way before I even got to YouTube, man. They I'm sure my name is I've been watched for a long, long time since I said 2003 or so, way before YouTube. So this is nothing. Who is Tariq to me? Okay, I heard he won against Myron. Okay, Tariq. I used to listen to Tariq in, I would say, 2008, like 2008 to like 2010. I'm the one that suggested to Tariq that he should get involved in um, since he likes the black or conscious community. I gave him like 4 or 5 names. He contacted him, and he guess what he made? Came out of hidden. Was it what was it? Not hidden something. Um, I forget what it's called. Um, his first pro black movie came from that. So I've been around. So I at least you listen and interact. And he was on Stream something. I can't remember the name of the app. Okay, My Stream or some shit like that. And so it's been a lot. Hidden Colors. Yeah, yeah. In other words, well, most of the people that were on Hidden Colors, I suggested to him back then, because he was interested in actually doing it. So I said, contact this guy, this guy, this guy. And he did. And he made Hidden Colors. That's where it came from. That's where the idea came from. Same thing with Jason Black's what was it? What was it? It was Gentrified. Okay. It was an argument me and him had in Facebook. And he actually looked into it, and it was Gentrified came from that. I think he used to listen to us low key BGS, and that's how he came up with the FBA. Yeah, I think so. Ustream, yeah, Ustream. Okay, I can't. Man, it's been so long, man. I can't even remember, because I was actually on online radio from, I think, 2003, 2002, 2003. My partner did. I was on that outside of YouTube till I think when I stopped doing it with him, I say 2014 or so. 2014? Yeah, 2014. It probably is. I'm not saying whether I'm not. It's nothing that Yeah, they can't cover. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. But they decided not to do that one again. In other words, there's better ways of doing it. When low key, with a low listen, we just, it's a shame you don't get more credit. It's more about impact. I know people are going to steal. Because somebody was telling me that I think it was Leon, that that a lot of what's his name? What's the white boy's name with the blue hair? Is he's taking your talking points and remixing them. Destiny. You know, he was going back and forth with people in Destiny's Discord about stealing my stuff or borrowing my stuff without attribution. It happens all the time. I was listening to somebody in Machismo TV's panel, right? Talk about sign language, right? I started laughing, okay, because using sign language, they talk about somebody that came up with the concept, man, in 2007. I just started laughing. People right in front of your face using something, you know, explain something to you that you came up with, you know, almost 20 years ago. And shout out to Kevin for actually making it popular. So, you know, my little brother, man, I will always be grateful to my little brother. What's up, Alan? What you doing up this late, man? He's not a simp. Destiny is not a simp, okay? Destiny is what I call a twink. Okay. Destiny really is not blue pill. Destiny is fucking black pill to his gills, man. He's fucking nihilist, man. He's a bisexual nihilist, okay? He lives a nihilistic lifestyle. Okay, his wife. He took his wife for another from another bisexual man. Okay, and lost his wife to a bisexual man. Now he's a twink. He admittedly so. So Destiny is not blue or red pill. He's a fucking black pill. He's not a simp. Okay, and but he has a lifestyle that only few women can actually deal with. That's why he married that woman. Yeah, I'm hearing at the Olympics, and I'm hearing Chinese and French people repeating the things you're. I wish I had your money, hot sauce. It'd be funny. It'd be funny to see it. So you're not in China. What the thing is, man, is that in fact, I'm gonna start putting some of this stuff on Patreon. Actually, reacting to some of the stuff that we've already said that that's in politics that other people are starting to repeat. In fact, if I can find it, okay. See if I can find. I'm sure I can because it was something that uh, AB was telling me about. Right, that it was actually on Cuomo. Actually said it. See if I go to my channel, your channel, and I think it should be my history. If not, I'll pull it up. Okay. Since I'm not gonna get, I don't care about getting monetized for this shit. And it's really funny because we're going back and forth about politics and Trump and shit like that, and it's actually Andrew Cuomo on. Hope I don't get dinged for this. Real Time with Bill Maher, right? Okay, and it's just 3 days ago. Okay, let's see if we can pot it up and share it because he said the exact same shit that I said in slightly a different tone. The same shit I said 2 years ago, okay, about Trump.
Three-term governor of the state of New York, Andrew Cuomo, and the former congressman from Illinois and founder of the Country First PAC, Adam Kinzinger. Okay.
Let's see if we can find.
This kind of really does make sense.
Yeah,
now.
it does. It does. And it is, and you could see that you could see it happening. You could see them joining forces against this.
But that's what happens. See, that's the difference between when you do have a president, love him or don't love him, by there, obviously somebody's stalling.
Florida, Georgia, and 2 in New York. The 2 trials in New York.
Okay.
The trials in New York.
Starting the trial in September, Donald Trump will say the essence, and somebody is trying to delay. That said, even if it comes out next week, there is still, Judge Chuckin gave 88 days until the trial started. I could see her still starting the trial in September. Donald Trump will say it's too close to the election, and she'll say, you're the one that appealed. I was ready to go at the beginning of the year. So I still think it's possible that this goes.
Yeah, but you know what's scary about this, from my point of view? The trials in New York, you had Florida, Georgia, and 2 in New York. The 2 trials in New York, New Yorkers said, 66% said the justice system is politicized. And there's nobody in New York who likes Trump. And still 66% said the justice system is politicized. That's why I think he's not paying the same price for these verdicts, because they believe it is political. And you want to talk about a threat to democracy. When you have this country believing you're playing politics with the justice system, and you're trying to put people in jail or convict them for political reasons, then we have a real problem.
Well, and I saw 2 stories in the paper today about the election. One is that Biden is slightly pulled ahead, although not in the states where it's going to matter, but nationally, which was news to me. And then the second one was fundraising. The trial in New York, the one he got convicted for, was the greatest fundraising bonanza ever. He was lagging behind Biden, and now he's pulled quite a bit ahead. That trial was the greatest reason people had to send their checks for 5, 10, 25, whatever dollars to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, it's a Hobson's choice always with him, because he's always guilty.
Yeah.
It's not like he's not guilty of any of these crimes, but the repercussions might be worse. I mean, this is something politicians always had to face. Remember when Obama came to office, they were like, how can you not put those people in jail, those Wall Street people? And Obama was like, yeah, that would feel good. And it is the right thing to do, but it's also more the wrong thing to do, because it'll tank the whole economy.
It would.
Those are the kind of tough decisions that you have to make. So I was always with you on the one in New York, the hush money trial. I don't think they should have brought that one. It was just always going to look like a sex case, and people were always just going to look at it that way. So anyway.
That case, the Attorney General's case in New York, frankly, should have never been brought. And if his name was not Donald Trump, and if he wasn't running for president, I'm the former AG in New York, I'm telling you, that case would have never been
Exactly.
brought. And that's what is offensive to people.
Exactly. What did I say? What did I say 2 years ago? Okay. Donald Trump runs. This is what he has to go through. Okay. He said the exact same shit I said 2 years ago. Okay. Can I repost my brother Keeper's rant? If I can find it, man. If I can find it, I will. Okay. A point I can second vigorously. The justice system rises and falls not only with the delivery of justice, but also perception that justice has been delivered. Legitimacy is compromised. Okay. And it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Okay. So they let me get it off without blocking the stream. So that's cool. So Trump has my vote. I mean, I never voted for Trump. Okay. I'm not gonna vote for Trump. Didn't vote for Biden. And I understand why Biden shouldn't win. If you have a fucked up economy, man. Okay, you're in 2 wars. You importing 10 million people in the last 3 years as a pressure to not only all people, especially black people. Black people actually got pushed down lower because you imported so many people that you're starting to get the resources that should go to you. I mean, they should be building houses and people can't live because they need to save the banks. There's a lot of shit that's going on, man, that I don't agree with, but it is what it is. You know, you make your choice. Okay. Anyhow, y'all, it's been almost an hour, man. I thank you guys for staying up with me. Okay. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you all, man, because a lot of people want to take a snippet of what I said. And I had to tell Tito this, man. Well, you didn't say it. I said, motherfucker, I've been here 10 years. Okay, I've been vetted by thousands of people. One little statement that you took a snippet of is not going to change people's opinion of me. If you want to play it, you want to try and embarrass me with whatever I said, like it's a gotcha moment, doesn't mean shit because I've been here for fucking 10 years, okay? You know, I presented all my fucking evidence. I backed up my stuff, okay? I do it on a nightly basis. When I talk about union psychology, Okay. Well, I think there's a better method of doing it. I said, I don't care. Okay. This is what I teach. Okay. This is what I believe in as far as shadow work. I said, if you can find me a black male that does Jung and does shadow work, send him to me, man. I'll promote him too. Until then, Maggie stays. Okay. So I said, till then, Maggie stays. Find me somebody to replace her to do the work that to help me do the work that I'm doing. That's why she's here. If you can't do that, leave me alone. Well, I don't like a black or white woman in our space. Suck it up, cupcake. I don't give a shit. Okay. Sorry, limited word count. Okay. No, I am in Paris. For a brand promotion. I came with Chinese delegates. So my last night we're in a cafe. So we're using your. Hey, hey. Hot sauce. One day, hot sauce. You know that guy they call the Chinese Kevin Samuels, man. That does these podcasts, these um these videos, man, and the shit that he be talking about, man. One day, man, we had to get together and go through his shit because you know this shit better than I do. So I'm just when he says stuff, I'm just guessing at it. Especially especially when he talked about the Chinese man afraid of the black man's BBC. Man, I fell out my chair. I fell out my chair. Chinese historian. Yeah, Chinese historian. Yeah. I cracked. I'm gonna have to do a video on Chinese historian about the BBC. Man, I might do that tomorrow, man. That was man, I fell out my goddamn chair. I fell out my chair. I laughed my ass off. But anyway, man, Chinese took over the backside of the moon. It makes sense. Okay, it makes sense because a lot of negative stuff. Um, it's harder to actually put up solar panels and get energy because you're not on the sun side, basically on the dark side, there's water, you cut down on the radiation, from the sun. So there's a lot of positives. The only negative, you have to figure out how to power whatever installation you're going to put up. So there's challenges. Anyhow, I said they do be dick. Hey, you only dick. Oh, really? I didn't know, man. I heard that. I heard a lot of brothers don't like that shit, so they don't. They shower at home. Yeah, I heard. I heard. Okay. Yeah, yeah. You know what? It is what it is, man. People project and people. I have no idea what we're arguing about half the time, man. Like I said, you need to get women out of space. I mean, we go through get women out of space once every 2 years, man. And we actually did that. Artie Edmore, if he's still in here, he remembers when we actually banned all wrenches and cleaned all the women out of the Coliseum and basically eliminated all the women. They couldn't come up and chat. We asked them not to come and they didn't. And all the guys did was run over to their channels. That's all they did. Can't stop it. So it is what it is. Anyhow, y'all, man, it's been an hour. So appreciate you guys for stopping through, man, and being up. And men want to argue with women. They do. They like to argue with their mothers, and that's the women represent their mothers. And that's what I try to explain to them. But the thing is, you know, what is it? Go ahead and play it. Where is it? Okay. Where is Blade? Right? Where is he? Where is he? Okay. This happens every couple of years, right?
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Every couple of years, motherfuckers try to ice skate uphill. And BGS, and good morning. I got to finish my seminar about to go live shortly. I think you got a wrench, Ray. Go ahead and if you got your link. Oh, you don't have your link yet. Okay. I said if you had your link, I would say go ahead and post it. But if you have a wrench, I think you can post it in the comment section. So it is impossible. A lot of shoes are still low key simps in the management. Yes, they are, but nobody wants to admit that. Nobody wants to admit. They put all the blame on the content creators. If you niggas wouldn't allow that kind of stuff and lock it down, women, man, I'm like, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear that shit no more. Okay, if you can do it, God bless you. Okay. Well, accountable commentary does it. He doesn't. Basically, he does not have a panel. Okay. But anyhow, y'all, man, y'all, I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Appreciate you guys for rocking with me all these years, man. Even though people, you know, especially in the manosphere, man, try to stab you in the back. Fuck BGS, you know. It's like clockwork, man. One every year just drops on fuck BGS, and it is what it is. But anyhow, y'all go get some rest, man, because I'm getting ready to go sleep. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at the usual time. Um, and like I said, I appreciate you guys for coming through. So peace out. Said okay. BGS, what do you think about Pop the Balloon guy being called a scammer? MTR interviewed the guy. I don't know anything about the guy. Okay. I don't know anything about the guy. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm not even going by. Um, Now, if the guy said he got fired and didn't get fired, okay, then he's scamming. Okay, so maybe the 500 calls did not come into his business, into his employment, and he got fired. I don't know. So that's the MTR has to prove that and show receipts. Okay, all we going by is what we saw and what transpired. Okay, it's all we reporting. Now, if people can prove that he didn't get fired, I'm all with it. So we come back and say, nigga didn't get fired, he's scamming. Okay. Which is fine. We'll do a retraction. MTR said he refused to give him proof. I mean, if you know where the guy works and they called his job, you can call his employment and ask if he still works there. Shouldn't be that hard. Uh, uh, it probably ain't gonna take you very long, Alan. Um, I think it. Can you do a remake of Made for Me by Money Long? Only by 3 or 4 minutes, something like that, man. Nothing really long, but if you can do that, man, I appreciate it. And if I'll give you a little money if you wanna knock it out for me. Appreciate it. Also, my intro and outro is actually done by Alan. Alan's probably one of the best bass players I've ever heard and ever met. And I don't know why he never. I'm sure he doesn't really like performing. That's how come he's never gotten himself out there. He's probably one of the best beat makers I've ever met. And some of this shit is just a matter of luck, not a matter of talent. Okay, who you know, what you know, and where you position. And he's one of the best in the business. That's unknown. So I hear a lot of guys that are beat makers that can't hold a candle to Allen. So Alan's we used to call him the genius. That's how I call him the maestro. He's a genius. He's a musical genius that never got his due. So yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Just let me know, man. Whatever whatever. Thinking that, yeah, I don't know. Is thinking a black pill? I think he is a little bit. Yeah, he is a little bit, man. He's a determinist, so he's got a little black pill in him. But anyhow, y'all, we can talk about this shit tomorrow, man. Y'all go to bed, okay? Or you guys go to work for the people that are up. So anyway, this is the closing done by Alan Lavelle. Okay, you probably should go ahead and post it on your channel, Alan, so people can actually grab it and maybe they use it and spread it around. But anyhow, y'all, the BGS out. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? Or later on today. Let's put it that way.